Okay, back again. It looks like we're joining this one after I have hit record after I've been playing a couple of hands, perhaps, and just bang straight in there, calling a small three bet with queens and flopping top set. Things we enjoy seeing. Right, how do we get on here? Yeah, call the flop. Nice turn. We're going to bet these nines. And we get a disappointing check on the right. You really hope that someone has aces in the spot, but if they have aces, they just tend to continue betting. Looks like I'm going half pot, which I think is fine, and a snap fold. Disappointing the nines. Am I going to bet small or am I just going to check back? I go for the check back. Not liking the turn very much. I think I would call a small bet here. It's sort of tough to see here what we can really be beating. You have to hope that a guy is suddenly taking hand like pocket sixes and turning them into a bluff, which seems unlikely. Yeah, I think that's probably a fair enough fold. So this session from I don't know, a week or two ago. Do have a couple more recorded. And like before, because this is a week or so ago, I can't remember any of the hands. Not that it really matters. It's almost more fun to do it this way. Video's still getting something like 30 views or something like that. So it seems fine. Keep going. Keep doing them. And I have said there'll be some 10 and L, which there will be. One day, there'll be some 25 and L one day. Don't think I'd want to play 25 and L at the moment, even though I would just think that the difference is the regulars get better. The fish are still fish. Almost any level you play at, the fishy players are still just not very good. But the regular players will be quite a bit better, I think, at 25 and L. Like I said before, I have played 25 and L. It just was quite a number of years ago, and the standard of play at probably 5 NL today would be similar to what it was at 25 NL at that point. I decided to float one off here with King Jack. Have I got plans, or am I just making a loosey goosey call? See, that five, if we are planning on bluffing, would be a pretty good card to bluff. That has to hit us more than it hits him. We have plenty of hands like 4-5, 5-6, 5-7, ace-5 that would have potentially called pre. But it looks like I've just gone for a standard call the flop, hope to hit something, miss, and then wuss out of the bluff on the turn. Yeah, go for a three bet with the tens. I do like that. Just a cool and reasonable flop for tens. Guess we're going to go something like 40%. That's fine. Get cool. We're probably going to slow down, I would presume, on this turn card. I think we now want to try and get these tens to a showdown. It's spades here, and I think our opponent is going to play. We just checked here, no real reason to bet. Yeah, our opponent isn't ever going to take hands like sixes or sevens, I don't think, and turn them into a bluff. And if he does bet, we can really just going to have to fold, I think. But always nice when they've got the kind of hand that can check that you can beat. It's actually better than them having absolutely nothing. So they have absolutely nothing, they might bluff. Anyway, Queen Sen, 6-5. Take it down. Into two people, we could go for a small bet. I think depending on how tight these players' stats are. Get a quick call. I'm not sure. Do we want to keep betting here? And we can put a lot of pressure on sort of Jack 10, Jack 9, but the problem is they've now picked up a gut shot we'll probably call anyway. 9, 10 got there. And now, of course, ends up King, Queen, King, Jack. Yeah, it's sort of questionable whether to c-bet that into two players and you've got bottom pair on a two Broadway board. And looks like we're trying to get the... oh, we're going to go for the one big blind bet with the Jack Louis. Probably just check it back here. And it's good. Nice, nice, nice. I think on the right, that might be a card we can bet. Like, you can't always just c-bet small and then check if you haven't got a jack. So, yeah, I think that might be a card to bet on. We can put, let's say we can put pressure on a 5. He's going to have loads of hands that just float that board. He certainly doesn't have to have a jack. So, I think if you're going to have a hand to double barrel with, that wouldn't be the worst. So open-ended with the Jack 9. This guy's got, what, 17 bigs? Bet 6 big blinds. This is sort of awkward. We've got an overcard, we've got an open-ender. The problem is we don't really have any fold equity because this guy is simply never going to fold anything. So I think if I was going to do this, and I mean, I don't hate it. We're roughly a coin flip here, but I probably would have been better off just betting myself. That way, you know, maybe we can get some hands to fold that otherwise would stack off. Because once he bets the flop there, he's committed himself, and we've got Jack high. So, as it turned out, he'd have won even if he had ace high there. So I think the mistake there was not actually just betting that flop. So I'm not sure the check raise was the right play. 3-bet in the ace king, and we get a pretty good board. I assume we just bet small here. We could check this, but I think just a small c-bet would be the standard. Easy call here. Do not want to just 3-bet get it in. King Queen is certainly a possibility. And if he does have bluffs, we want to keep those in. Either a small bet or a check. Yeah, I think these are spots where I would probably prefer a bet. Reason is because I don't think if he has king, queen, or heart, he's going to check that turn. He's not going to just. A lot of players don't like the give free cards. If they got big hands, they just bet them. So once he checks there, he's saying, I've got a draw, I've got nothing, I've got some marginal hand. I think I could have gone for value with ace king there. So I think that's worried about getting check raised. But the thing is, the double check raise is relatively uncommon. So I think that should have been a bet on the turn. So no major hands as of yet. I truthfully do not know if this session has any particularly big pots, but we'll find out. And a couple of hands here. I should think if they fold to me, I'll be opening. Ace nine off is one of the weakest hands I'll be raising in the cutoff. It's not a particularly pretty looking hand. Decide to go for a check back this time. I think with a gut shot here, I'll go for a fold. I think that's a bit weak, checking back that flop and then folding. I don't think I like that very much. I think probably just going for a standard C bet, maybe the best play. We decide to take one off here with Queen ten of spades. Multi-way, so it's going to have to play pretty straightforwardly. Now it's just a fold. Can't do anything with that. But I am hanging around. I see to have a look. Check, check. If I remember this hand, I can't remember if I actually had the best hand. I think I remember being slightly surprised to see the hands. Ace king. So I did have the best hand, but there would have been no way of me really calling that flop bet. That would have been a bit silly. I think we can barrel this turn on the queen. Yeah, I think a large sizing again puts him in a. We have plenty of queens in our range. Puts a lot of his hands in a difficult situation. And I presume the ace king is just fire, fire, fire. There we go, 2/3. Yeah, seems fine. That's not a wonderful river. I think still we want to bet for value. Oh, come on. I'm gonna. This is. I do notice this passivity of mine getting worried. Like there, if the guy has a strong hand, he's probably just gonna donk. There are certain plays that you don't see much, and the check raise on the river is a rare play. People don't like checking when they have a strong hand because they're worried you're going to check behind. So there with ace king, just bet half pot. If the guy raises, I can just fold. So I think I'm missing out on value. As it happens, I don't think he would call with Jack 10 there. And it's a little bit thin, a little, but still, I think it has to be a bet. Ace nine of clubs against a very small three bet in position. I think this is a just a call. And certainly going to have to be calling at least one bet. If our opponent blasts here, may have to let the ace nine go. Seems like a good spot to check back. Decide to bet the fives. I guess I'm betting, just trying to get called by draws and then check back. An ace nine here, very, very easy check. Boo. Boo. So this session's been a little bit of I don't know how many hands we are in, 150 or something like that, 100, 150. Sort of one of those sessions that's struggling to get going. Car's kind of spluttering. We need it to zoom into life. Maybe it'll zoom into life with these nines here. Okay, Cowboys. I think I can smell a three bet. We're going to go to 10 or 11. Yeah, I think 11's fine. Get a call. Flopping the toppest of sets. Nicely done. And we go very small. Maybe we could have gone a tiny bit bigger, but I think that's fine. An ace is on the right. Okay, okay. So what do we need to go on the left to set up a pot size bet for the river? Not a great board on the right there. So I had to go for the check back with the aces. Okay, call on the right I think is fine. I think we can raise on the right. Oh, we go for the call. Again, being passive. I think we can go smaller than this on the left. No, I don't think we need to go this big. No, 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 no. We don't need to get anything like that big. We could go 14.8. That would be that would leave about maybe even 13.8. I think we got a little bit carried away there. So kings and aces won both hands, but I don't actually really like the way I played either of them. Queens now, so we're getting some cards here. We're not playing them very well, but we are getting the cards. Okay, three bet with the king queen to 8. No, no. Okay, we'll go to 7 because he's not got a big stack. And we get a shit flop. Uh, Queens, we're going to three bet. Go quite. Oh, he's gone quite big with his, and we're just going to call off here with queens. Very straightforward. I guess we're check folding with king queen. Maybe we saw something in his stats. Ace king. Can we hold? No. And isn't that the thing that makes poker frustrating? Like there, you get aces, kings, queens, and king queen suited in the space of about 5 or 6 hands, and down chips. That's just the way poker is, isn't it? The queens v ace king. Actually, it's a matchup I've had several times lately, and it hasn't gone very well. I've had queens, I think, every single time. I think I've had it about 4 or 5 times lately. I think I've only won about one. So yeah, get a little bit of a moan in there. All right, Jack 9. We'll go for the check back. I don't hate it. I would hate it if we checked. Yeah, okay. I think just cool here. I don't think we need to raise with the Jack 9. Now we need to raise with this jack. Do not just call. Raise to something like 6 or 7. Bigger, come on. This is not great when you get 4-bet by an under the gun player with when you're holding ace king. I don't want to see an all in here. I think we can just call this. This guy's range is very, very strong. I would generally like to see a check back here. We may as well just take a 3-1. I think his range is going to be very, very strong, so I don't think we want to try and bluff him. Yeah, he might have the same hand, but other than that, he has aces, he has kings, he has queens, he has jacks, maybe tens. And now we can just fold. I know what I'm thinking about here. Not really sure what there is to do. Let's just put it in the old bin. Something tells me I might call with these fives. There you go. If I know myself. If things start to go not so well, it's time to call in position with the small pocket bear, desperately trying to flop a set. And this is just going to be a definite bet. He's going to have just absolute load of stuff that's missed. Yeah, 3.4, 4.4. I don't think it makes any difference. So folding a whole lot of nothing. What about these deuces? Going to call with these? I presume we probably do. Those in the actions. Do you like to call with a little pair of ducks? Is there a duck on the pond? Not today. Not today. Guess we decide to go for the tiddler bet. See if we can fold out his ace high that's not interested, and we can. Okay, the ladies weren't kind to us earlier. Are they ever? Maybe they'll be kind to us here. Not exactly the dream board for for a queen to that, the queen of spades. I presume we're just going quarter pot then and give up to any resistance. Yeah, nice. Nice, nice, nice. 3-bet here with the tens. I think we'll go to 12. I like to go, yeah, 11 is okay. I think 4xing out of position is probably the right play. 11 is not terrible. Cards coming thin and slow. I think the ace-9 off is going to be a call against min raise on the button. I think we're going to bet here with the ace-9, try and get a bit of value. I think we're going to have to check call here. Yeah, certainly against that sizing, nothing else to do. Okay, trapped with the queen. He could have gone bigger there. This sizing there is kind of small. Yep, 3-bet with the 9s. We'll open up Jack-6 of clubs. Not a lot going on. This is very little 3-betting. Very little. I don't think I've been 4-bets, so it's all just been very, very cagey. Good night. I had 9s quite a few times in this session. See if it gets me anything this time. I think I'm okay with a check back here. Now I think we can bet for value. Go a little bigger. Yeah, it's fine. The ladies yet again. What are we going to go to? 8.4, 9.4. Yep, that's absolutely fine. Ace King of Diamonds. So some interesting spots potentially. No, not there. And not there either. And these 5s should generally be a fold, and good to see that we are continuing to do that. Okay, so this is a bit of a loose call here with 10-8 of spades. I would assume I'm thinking, because I'm in position, there's an under the gun limper, so we're probably going to go multi-way. This is a hand that plays okay multi-way. It's kind of pretty. Not really the greatest of boards. We have a bad gut shot. I don't necessarily love this call pre. I think either just three bet or just get out of the way. Against an early position raiser, just getting out of the way is probably the best play. Good looking board with ace queen. Yeah, I think half pot's fine. Don't go for too many three bets in the big blind. I guess I don't really want to do it with a hand like king 10 because it's sort of got too much equity. I'd rather do it with a weaker or stronger hand. But if he checks twice, I guess we're going to just have a little stab. King high may well be the best hand. It's about 4 minutes or so left of this session. Been a pretty unremarkable one. It's so annoying that I forgot to record some of the better sessions I had. I say better sessions, they were just much more exciting. There were so many big hands I played in one. Chips flying all over the place. Hard to believe when you watch a session like this, which has been pretty snug. But it's surprising that sometimes you get plenty of people just randomly bluffing off. In this session, I think we've barely seen a three bet. Sort of strange how that happens. Maybe it's just playing. At the weekend you do get get more people playing, and perhaps people that don't always play too much who just want to get involved and throw some chips around. Alrighty, what can we do with these? We get any action with them? Can we get any action? Well, so far it's not looking very good. We're just blind on blind. But we do get a three bet, and I presume we go for a four bet here. Yeah, 24 seems like a decent number to me. Let's go for it. Oh well. Oh, the nice setup. We've had this a few times lately. I will say that I've had queens v ace king and I've done really badly. But I have had aces against kings and queens and jacks a few times lately, and it's generally gone pretty well. So in that sense, I'm running all right, and that might be a way to finish the video. Apparently, I was feeling very, very pleased about that because I just decided to fold my jacks rather than cold four bet. Perhaps I was just didn't want to immediately dust off, so decided to wimp out. That is a bit wimpy. I think when it's cut off and again, and was that cut off in small blind or cut off in button? Might have been sorry, might have been button and small blind. That probably should have been a cold four bet. And again, plenty of strong starting hands. Aces twice, kings twice, queens at least three times, jacks, nine several times, ace king. Starting hands, not the issue. It's just a lot of the time it's just about getting action. But why did we get action with aces? Because some guy had kings. It's a lot of the time it's not much more complicated than that. So just another minute left to go. Looks like I'm probably not going to be getting too heavily involved unless I have a hand, I would presume. If I know my nature, once I win a big pot like that, tendency to get a little bit snug, which, given that the session, I was going to end the session anyway, but it wouldn't be a good thing if I was playing a much longer session. You can't really play like that. Ace King here now. It's hard to say without knowing the guy's stats. This is a big squeeze. I might actually think that a shove here or a four bet would be the right play. Too tight. Okay, session's over. Up $1.13. I don't actually think I played very well in this session. Really, just that aces v kings hand got me out of jail. But there you go. Appreciate anybody still watching. Thanks a lot. Take care. Bye bye.